division, which is multiple teams, and we also got a circuit group with our 17 and 16. So we offer a variety of stuff from girls to circuit basketball to local and regional basketball, and also we're preparing our organization to be a part of a shoe circuit. Like last year, we was part of the New Balance. We was under a 1-year contract. We fulfilled those obligations, and we decided to go a different direction for the benefit of our kids, right? So we wanted to make sense to our kids. We want to be a part of a shoe brand, but also we wanted to make sure that the kids is getting the most benefits out of it, right? And what I mean by that means notoriety, recruitment, media attention, all that type of stuff, right? So that's what we had as a program. Also, I know we're a developmental program. I mean, it's hard. Basketball is hard, so I don't want to sell nobody no dreams and promise nobody no anything. Like, everything come out of basketball is gonna come straight through you kids. Like, the effort that you put in is what you go get up out of this game. We appreciate the parent support, but it's not gonna be the parents that's gonna be playing the game for you. It's not gonna be the parents that's in the athletic period with your high school, middle school, or whatever, after school practices, AAU practices. If you're good enough, if you get a scholarship and have to travel somewhere to another state, it's not gonna be your parents with you, right? So we wanna build, develop, cultivate, motivate, and elevate you guys where you'll be able to perform at a high level, whether that's middle school basketball, high school basketball, or even college, right? So that's our goal. That's the platform that we're providing as an organization. So I just want to reiterate that to all of the parents. A few things that we'll cover today. First and foremost, I want to congratulate our ladies team. They're actually the only team so far this season that won a tournament, right? Y'all want one? An official tournament that was CME related. Now, that's something y'all did outside of CME, right?
Hey,
now,
man,
we'll count it, though.
We ain't win, don't worry about it.
We'll count it.
Don't even worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it. We ain't win, don't worry about it.
No, but seriously, man, we appreciate you girls. Y'all worked hard this weekend. You knocked off some good teams, some Houston Hoop teams, and a team out of Beaumont that was man, they had a couple players on it that was real good. So I'm glad y'all stuck it out, learned, continue to build, and reaping the rewards for it, right? So that's what it's all about. Congratulations to Michaela on getting voted the MVP of the tournament.
Oh, wow, great job.
It was a group effort, but just wanted to kind of congratulate them on that. So that's what it's all about. They putting in the work. I mean, we done revamped the team a little bit. We got some new players in, some players left, but they sticking with it, right? They fighting through it. They getting coached up, and it's translating over. So we looking forward to being able to come to Channelview and Tascasita and what other schools we got? LaPorte and support Barber Shield and support our ladies team, and they go follow you guys, right? So currently we're in the spring. Everything leading up to this point, preseason, getting us together. I want to commend all of the teams doing an outstanding job. I want to thank all of the coaches, right? Without the coaches, it's not possible. It's a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work that these coaches are putting into your kids, right? And most of it is volunteer based, right? We do give coaches stipends to try to help out. That's part of the registration fees, but most of the work they're doing is volunteer work, and a lot of this stuff is coming out of their own pockets as far as providing additional equipment, training, and just time and trying to get your kids better. So make sure every now and then you recognize the coaches, right? I know it's a win-loss. Everything is based on wins and losses, but kind of here and there, throw a coach a bone every now and then and recognize that they sacrificing a lot to pour into your kid, right? So I want to commend you coaches on that. They're doing an outstanding job from Quincy. He's 14U head coach. but he's also one of our best recruiters. He's also our technology guy that brought the cameras to each team, right? So each team will be provided these type of cameras to not only record the games, but chop up clips for you guys to post on social media, to send out to college coaches for players who are interested in college. And also it keeps stats, right? So that's what I'm more intrigued on, like the camera don't lie, right? So it's watching everything. So when we own a kid, we trying to coach a kid up. We're not hating on your kid. We trying to correct your mistakes. And this right here is going to solidify everything. So we record everything, we post it in the group meeting. Everybody should be able to download your clips. And then most importantly, like I said, it's stats. You got coaches taking stats. This thing go break down the stats to a detailed science, from field goal attempts to efficiency to steals to free throw percentage. Whatever you thinking about for statistics, that thing will break it down, right? So it shouldn't be no excuses, right? We're eliminating all of that. So I want to commend the coaches on that. Each and every one of them bring something different to the table, but they all assets to the team. A lot of these guys been with us forever, right? So we done seen kids start from the 7th, 8th grade, work their way up. I know see a couple guys in here, Gerard, Wooty come back and help us out a lot. These guys have been in our program. They've been in our program for years and went off to college and came back and pouring back into you kids, right? So just be mindful of that. Adjustments. We're constantly making adjustments with the board, right? Myself, Coach Johnny, who's the athletic director, he's the liaison between the coaches, the board, and the parents, right? So he get a lot of feedback from what's going on in the program, because we got a lot going on. We're trying to deal with registration, tournaments, payments in advance, circuits, traveling, hotels. It's a lot of stuff we're trying to get knocked out. So he has a lot on his plate that's dealing with the day-to-day basis from the team, the coaches, and the players, kind of the heartbeat of where everybody is. We bring it to the table. We have meetings amongst ourselves, amongst the board, and we try to make the necessary adjustments to make sure that everybody is developing, right? It's never gonna be perfect. We made one coaching change so far, and that was on the 14U, second group, the 14U. And the only reason because, and I commend those guys too, the one coach traveled 2 hours to come out here to coach. Coach Pete, there he is. No, they ain't Coach Pete. Oh, Coach Pete, my fault. But Coach Pete traveled. He traveled 2 hours out here, man, and put in work with our kids. I commend that, man. People got a lot going on in their lives, right? So that's the only thing that we made a change on, and it's because, right, it was by necessity. So guys have stepped up in the place. Coach Jones stepped up for that 14U group. Definitely commend him on that, right? And Coach Jones been with us forever, right? His oldest son played in the program. We got another son in the program. Played college ball, a lot of connections, great recruiter, right? So there's no doubt in my mind he's gonna get that team together, right? So my message to the parents, right? Everybody has received when you signed up and registered a player, parent, coach's contract. On that contract is rules and regulations that we have to abide by as an organization, right? So I kind of want to reiterate that to everybody. Make sure you check in the contract that you signed. If not, it's on the website. I can email it to you. But it's rules and regulations we must conduct ourselves as an organization, right? So with these circuits we own for the high school team, like they real strict. They real strict. Like that New Balance circuit we was on, like you can't wear Nike socks or anything. I mean, it's real strict. Like anything will be an incident report, right? The wrong type of New Balance symbol was an incident report. So be mindful of that when we out of these tournaments. This all we got is ourselves, right? And I tell the players all the time, you never know who's watching you, right? This is a game of basketball. You never know who's watching you. There's cameras everywhere, there's phones everywhere, there's coaches everywhere, there's evaluators everywhere that's in these gyms that look just like us. You'll never know it, right? So they might be in there recruiting some player but also they recruiting the parents too. They watching everything the parents doing, so be mindful of that, right? I don't have a problem with no parents being passionate, rooting for their kid, coaching their kid up on the sideline. That's fine. But when we have them, let our coaches do the job, right? I don't have a problem with parents being passionate. Like, you want what's best for your kid. Everybody want their kid to succeed. I understand that. But it's also conduct. Like, we have to watch our conduct at these places, right? We had got an incident at the gas at that circuit. We got a couple parents got thrown out of the tournament. Like, we don't want to have that. We want passion. We want to root for our kids. Ain't nobody cheating us. Ain't no referees cheating us. I ain't blaming no referees on nothing, right? So that ain't my lingo. So going to tournaments and blaming referees and trying to fight because we ain't getting no, don't even expect that. That's not how we operate. We got to beat the team and the referees. Just look at it like that, right? Let the coaches holler at the referee. There's no need for no player or no parent that's in the stand watching the game getting into it with a ref and getting escorted out of tournaments that you done drove 2-3 hours to come to, right? So let's make sure we conducting ourselves on that. Same way with our local team, like, be mindful of that. Like, parents, we was watching the film the other day. I was just telling Quincy to make sure when we record to see if we can hit the mute button on it, right? Because it's a lot of parents around that's doing a lot of talking, man, right? So, and I understand it, right? I understand it, but at the same time, we have to be cautious of the things we saying, the things that we might say, because, right, people got kids in here. People got kids in here. You might slip up and don't know it. I'm saying something passionate, talking, and I might say something about Johnny Kidd. I don't know it's Johnny Kidd, right? That type of stuff start conflict, right? So you wouldn't want nobody point out all the mistakes on your kid or talking about your kid all the time. So we want the same respect out of everybody, right? So if it ain't that positive, that's trying to uplift a kid, I don't have no problem. 17, the girls' parents was outstanding this weekend. Varsity girl parents was outstanding. It was outstanding this weekend. Had that gym lit up. I would have thought it was 1,000 CME people up in there. The way they was conducting themselves, room cheering us on, pushed us to overtime, and pushed us to that win. But everything was in a respectful manner. There wasn't no beefing with no referees. There wasn't no beefing with no other team. It was a hard-fought game that came down to overtime, and we won the game fair and square, right? So that's how we want to conduct ourselves. Losing is part of the game, right? You got to win just like you lose. You got to be able to accept that in the game of basketball. Nobody's perfect. Michael Jordan lost, LeBron James lost, Steph Curry lost. What make you think we're not going to lose, right? So let's work on parents, players, coaches, conducting ourselves in a more professional manner when we at these circuits, when we at these tournaments, because it is a reflection of CME. It's a reflection of yourself. It's a reflection of your kid. And we want to provide a safe, positive atmosphere to play basketball. And we want kids to have fun, right? It's a lot of times I'm going out to these tournaments and I'm seeing a lot of people not having fun. Basketball is a game. It's a game. You should have fun. And if you ain't having fun, then you might need to reconsider and do something else. But once you lose the joy and the fun of this right here, you're in the way then. So parents, help the kids keep the joy and the fun of the game, right? So that's kind of, I'm not going to stay too long on that, but I just want people to know that we have policies in place for that. Also, we have penalties in place for it. So if things get out of hand, we'll get back to coach, and we have to sit down as a board to address these things with either an individual, with either a coach or a parent. It's rules and penalties in place for that, right? So the first infraction is a verbal warning. The second infraction, we're going to suspend the kid tournament or two based on the severity of the circumstances. And then the final straw is removal for the team. We don't want to remove anyone from the team. But if it's detrimental to the organization, right, we will have no choice, right? So I just want to make sure everybody understand that, and everything that I'm saying it is in a player-parent contract that you all sign, right? So that can be found on the internet. I can email it to you, or whatever the case may be. We want to make sure we conducting ourselves in a proper manner, being respectful, let the coaches coach your kids, right? Kids have fun and play the game. And that's why we keeping track of stats, keeping track of film, because when I'm watching these tournaments, it ain't the coach's fault. It ain't the coach's fault, right? So, I mean, yeah, we get on coaches sometimes and point out some things that they can improve on, but pretty much from 14U all the way to 17U, and even with the girls, we run the same offense. We run the same defense. Right, we meet on this type of stuff, right? So it should be like clockwork. So when I go watch a 14U Jones team and I go watch a Coach Johnny Varsity girls team, they running the same stuff. It's just who's executing it better, who's performing better. So this will be able to kind of justify, lineups, substitution, who's playing well, the eye in the sky, right? So be mindful of that. Guys perform. When you're on the court, like I say, you never know who's watching you. I had that problem with my 17U boys team right now. We won 2 games so far. 2 games so far this whole season. I had never lost so much as a coach. But at the same time, I'm not quitting. I'm bought all the way in. But at the same time, I tell my players, right? They 17U, they not 14U. They finna be seniors and juniors. And the thing I kind of ease up off them because they still babies. Like we got four sophomores playing up on varsity, right? We got I don't think we got any all-district players. I think we got one. All-district player, West, that's played on our 17U division, right? So from a recruiting standpoint, from a college evaluator standpoint, college coach standpoint, you got to have something. You got to have something for me to want to come to the gym to see as a college coach, as an evaluator, right? I can't just call no coach and say, hey, come sign West. I got a kid, West, to go to North Shore, come give him a scholarship. They gonna want to know how he play. They gonna want to know how tall he is, his grades, what his parents like. So that's what we gonna send in the film. So if West on the film and he's jogging and he's not performing like we know he can perform, right? He's only hurting his chances of being recruited. And it's already hard to get recruited. You fighting against transfer portal in college, overseas players, G League, overtime league, and then it finally get to y'all as 17-year-olds to get offered a scholarship. So this is what I'm going up against. The millions of high school kids, the JUCO kids, overtime kids, overseas kids, prep school kids, and then college kids, right? So you got to be extraordinary, bro. You have to have a certain amount of skill set, a certain measurables. They got to be checked off. Like these boxes, non-negotiable, got to be checked off if you're trying to get recruited, right? So I be on my varsity guys, even though we only won 2 games, I'm so big up on them about, bro, playing hard, doing the little things, right? You're going to lose some. Some teams going to be better than us. We young. We got a lot of 10th graders going against 11 and 12th graders, which is cool, but it's no excuse to play hard, do what you're supposed to do, make your open shots, have a good attitude. When you come out the court, go on the bench, people watching. I can go on the thing and pull up every game. Somebody come out the bench. Don't dap up your teammates. Don't go sit at the end of the bench. Or cussing them like you're about to take your jersey off. Like they watching it. Everybody watching it. So be mindful of that. Like you can't duck it. When you on this stage, this court, it's a stage. And all eyes is on you, man. So play hard as you can, play the best that you can, and then let the chips fall as they may, right? So a lot of you guys got a lot of time left for us. 8th graders going into high school. I like what y'all got going on. A lot of y'all I'm looking at is dedicated. Like you're getting that extra work in at Warren. A lot of you guys, we got the gym open at 5:30. I'm watching who's up in here getting in extra shots, That's what it's gonna take. Everybody work out with their school team. Everybody got a little personal trainer they work out with. What are you doing different to separate yourself to become a better player than the next person? Right? So that's what you should be. That's what you should be asking yourself, and that's what you should be striving. Everybody should be setting goals to. If I'm a 8th grade B team player, man, I want to make 9th grade 18 next year. If I'm a 9th grade 18 player, man, I want to bypass JV. I want to make Cavani. I want to make varsity. I want to make varsity. Right? So that's the goals people should be trying to set. As coaching staff, that's what we trying to help y'all with, right? So any questions on that, man? Like I say, we save questions for the end, but kind of just wanted to go over that to reiterate that with everybody, right? Zero tolerance for bullying. We don't allow bullying, especially with our own team. Zero tolerance for that, right? We all work out here together. 14, you work out together. 16, 17, you work out together. Nobody's in here LeBron James. So ain't nobody in here trash, right? So if you happen to get called up to play on another team because the team's missing some players, bro, nobody's trash. And nobody's good enough to be calling nobody trash. So we don't want to, yeah. So we don't want to promote that type of atmosphere. This is developmental. Like I said, we got one dude in here that was all district. West, that's it. I don't know nobody else who's, oh, sorry, girls. I'm sorry.
You said dude, though.
Dudes, okay, cool.
Yeah.
West, all district. Other than that, like, everybody got work to do. A lot of work, right? And it can't be the mama and the daddy that want the work. It gotta be you. It gotta be the player. It gotta be the kid. You gotta be the kid, right? Because you're the one that's gonna put in the work. You're the one getting the sprained ankles, the sprained knees. You're the one that's in here in the athletic period when your parents at work, the coaches weren't seeing you. I mean, it's on the kid. You gotta want it, bottom line, right? So, like I said before, you get in what you put out. Be mindful of that. Summer season. We're approaching our summer season. For the certain teams, this whole month we're traveling, right? We Austin this weekend, we Dallas the following weekend, we take a break, and then we in College Station. That 14U Quincy team will be traveling to College Station with us also, but be prepared for traveling. Come summertime, it's traveling, right? That's when it's your live periods. Your live periods is when your Division I college coaches can come into the gym, and it's a recruit period. They can recruit you. That's what open live period is. There's only 3 live periods throughout the summer basketball, right? We got one coming up in May, and then the next 2 will be in July. That's it. That's the only time Division I college coaches can come in the gym and recruit you. Other than that, every week is a recruit period for Division II, Division III, NAIA, JUCO, prep schools, every week, right? So when we go to this tournament up here, there's going to be some coaches there. There's going to be some coaches there, right? Every tournament. Like I say, they be dressed like us. You never know. And then definitely for the live period, you're going to see a lot of coaches, right? So be mindful of that. Travel, we got Miss Kia Hall, who is over our travel coordinator. She do all of the research for us, the hotels, getting us the group deal, group rates on the hotel. What we normally do is she'll call in early and pre-arrange and block off like 15 rooms. We got 2 teams going. Block off like 15 rooms. So post that link in the group meet where all the parents that have to do is go in and click on that link and book their room at a discounted group rate, right? And we also able to use our text ID number in some circumstances dealing with the hotel, right? So we want to commend Ms. Hall on that for being our travel coordinator. And that's the same thing coming up with the local teams. We know you pretty much stay in Houston, but we are optional on the schedule, so we will be taking team votes for the other teams outside our circuit teams to see who's all going to the San Antonio Nationals, which is in June 18th through the 21st, right? June 18th through the 21st, we have it down as an optional tournament for all of our local teams to travel to San Antonio. So in the next week or so, I need to give it to coaches. Coaches can give it to their team, their parents, players, and kind of do a team vote and see if they want to go to San Antonio. If not, we'll stay local with their group. But the same rules apply with San Antonio. We'll have some hotel recommendations for you guys at a group rate. Or if you have your own hotel benefits, by any means use your hotel benefits or wherever you want to use. And some situations, some teams got options to do Airbnbs and things like that, but that kind of be like a team decision, right? So just be mindful of the summer. It's a lot more traveling. Good thing about the traveling is everything is in Texas, so we can carpool. We don't require any airplanes, anything like that. But just be mindful on that. To help offset some of the traveling, we will do our last fundraiser of the season that we had on the docket, which is a raffle sale fundraiser. We do this every year. We only normally just do this raffle sale fundraiser, and that's kind of to help offset a lot of the traveling that goes on in the summertime, and also help with team bonding events. So when we go out of town, we want to have enough funds set aside for each team where you can take your group out to eat, to the movies, anything, something like that as a team bonding event when we out of town, right? So we want to make sure we have funds set aside for that. So that's kind of what that raffle sale will help with, and it also help with our end of the season celebration. So at the end of the season, we always do a celebration, whether a pool party, what else we did? Main event, different a banquet. We did different things right at the end of the season to kind of acknowledge our season, our players, and our parents, right? So also that fundraiser helps support that, right? We did an online individual fundraiser to start the season out. That fundraiser went 100% to the players, right? So if you participated in that fundraiser, you raised funds for that fundraiser, those funds went completely to that player account, right? So if you had registered on the website, you had any credit card on file, I have removed it from the website. So you would no longer get any charges if you raised enough funds to translate over to your account to wipe away all of your fees. You won't be charged anymore on your credit cards. So I want people to be aware of that. Ones who didn't register on the website and you did manual registration, it's your responsibility as parents to make payments, your monthly dues in a timely manner, right? Payments be made through a variety of different forms, whether it's Zelle, Cash Out, Venmo, or cash, whatever the case may be. I'm willing to work with parents, but at the same time, we got to make sure we taking care of our financial obligations, because everybody have an account. Each player have an account, right? And that goes towards their expenses, their uniform, the gym facilities, gym rentals, the tournament fees, and any additional equipment or any additional thing that goes towards the organization that benefits the kids, right? So we want to make sure we taking care of our business on there, right? And if you need extended time, anything like that, the biggest thing is communication. Like, just communicate, reach out and call. So if you don't call, you don't communicate, I just take it as you just saying, like, fuck it. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure we communicate on that and take care of our business on there, because we're a self-sustainable organization. We're not a sponsor organization. We don't get any money from Nike. We don't get any money from Adidas, none of those shoe brands, right? So all of our funds come off registration fees, fundraisers, and any donations or sponsorships. Any sponsorships, any people with any leads on sponsorships, we are a 501c3, right? So it is a tax exempt write-off for anybody who donate a sponsorship. We do have sponsorships available on our website. Miss Kobe, lady down there taking the notes, is over our sponsorship department. So if anybody got any leads on any small businesses, any corporations, any businesses they may work for, or anything, tap in with Miss Kobe so we can make sure that we have a list that you can get to these companies for any kind of donations or sponsorship that help our kids out, right? We want to be able to provide the best platform possible for those guys, right? Coaches, anything y'all need to add? Everybody should be in a group meeting. Everybody should be established in a group meeting. That's where we share all our information at for us. Scheduled games, locations, things of that nature. Everybody should have uniforms by now. If you ain't have a uniform, you may be a late register. It take 3 to 4 weeks on the turnaround on your uniform. So if you ain't got a uniform, you need to get with me. If you ain't registered, you need to get with me, right? Circuit players, you gotta make sure, I posted in the group meeting, you gotta make sure you get registered on that BBCS link. What that is you register for the NCAA, right? To allow college coaches to be able to pull up your profile and see about you, see your school, grades, things of that nature, right? So make sure you register that, and we can't have you on the roster until you register, right? So if you ain't registered on there and you go ahead to Austin with us, they're not gonna let you in. They're not gonna let you play at all. So make sure you register. 16 and 17 you. We had a couple kids last year travel with us and got turned around at the door, right? So make sure you're registered on that. Coaches, make sure we get everything submitted in that we need submitted in, right? Coaches, anything y'all need to add? Anything. Everything that we talked about will be recorded. Go back and review it. Everything that's been talked about has been documented by Ms. Kobe. We'll post it in the group meeting for the ones who weren't here. They'll be able to go back and look at it. And like I said, that contract policy or its conduct, all of that is on the website, right? Other than that, man, I don't have.
Does anybody who got one of these cameras and y'all know how to set it up?
Yeah.
Y'all just holler at me, and we'll get y'all.
So each team got a camera, right? And each camera was sent to a parent, right? That parent is going to be responsible for setting the camera up and filming the games. I don't think it's much to do.
No.
Get it set up, get your phone on there.
No. This one don't have to do that.
Okay, just get it
turn it,
set up,
you got
right, and hitting the button on it, and
That's
the camera do everything else. So it's going to break down the clips, it's going to record the game, it's going to take stats, right? Each team will have one of those.
Yeah.
Right, we appreciate you, Quincy. This is gonna be very helpful.
This one.
What happens if the kid is not set up? Like, so we got like players coming on, so they can play a game and they're not.
So get with the coach.
It'll show their number that they have on, and it'll say you need to set that player up. So y'all need to send that link back out in your group meeting, so the parents who aren't in there, like when you go to it, you can share that link, so everybody on your team can make sure that they click on it so they can get their
So what is just you send a link to the email or something?
Nah, she can just send it in the group.
In the group, and everybody
yeah.
click on the link,
Right.
Oh,
and they can just register their player on there.
Yeah.
We didn't do it that way. I just
Because he set it up ahead of time, but your new players, you're gonna have to put it in there so they can add themselves on there.
Yes. And also, the camera belongs to the organization. Let's get that straight. The cameras belong to the organization, right? We sent it, we used some parents to be able to send it, because they won't send it to all one address, right? So we sent it to different parents to be able to get these cameras, right? So at the end of the season, these go back to the organization. The people who register with them, you take your card off, because you did have to use a card. It was free, right? But you did have to put a card up, because at the year end, it automatically renews, right? But this is a trial error that they're doing with our organization that Quincy set up, right? Yeah, so it's a benefit to our organization. We basically getting these with this camera right now, right? So they're using our organization to make any kind of tweaks or whatever they need to make with these things, right? So it is like $300 for the year. That's why you have to use your card to get it. But you just go take your card off, right? So you got a whole year to do that. Take your card off, or they're gonna automatically renew it. But those do turn back into the organization, parents, we do want, and if parents need to take turns or whatever the case may be, but they are responsible for the camera.
She asked you something up there.
Right?
Community service.
Huh?
Community service.
Oh yeah. Oh, Miss, hey, I'm sorry. Community service. That's our community service coordinator right here. She was over our STAR test. She was over our community relations for us getting out doing community work, right? So she was with us with Judge Joe Stevens over here at North Shore. He also took us to the retirement home, right? So as an organization, right, we asking the community to help us out, right, with our raffle sale, with our online fundraiser, with sponsorships and donations. So in return, we want to make sure we doing our part and helping out the community. So whatever ideas you may have, make sure you let us know.
We McGee. And the thing about it is, not only are colleges looking for your basketball skills,
That's right.
your academic skills, they want to know if you're socially able and how you're able to show that it's through community service.
That's right.
And so we can provide documentation that you've done community service with us. And again, I'm QUIMCGE@gmail.com. You can always reach out to me if you have a community service idea or something that you want to do. We can provide that documentation because colleges, they don't care how they want to know if you're socially able. You could be the best player on this court or the best player out there on any court, and you may have the grades, but your socialization skills are zero. Can't play along with other people, so I'm here to provide that support.
That's right. That's right. That's Miss McGee. Like I say, Miss McGee is over our community service, relationships. Miss Kobe is fundraising, for our fundraising, a lot of administration work, and then Miss Hall of our travel coordinator, and then any other questions? Any other questions? Damn, I wanted to say something. Coaches, anything? Parents, anything? Any questions? Y'all ain't got no questions? No. Hey, that's what I wanted to say. She made a point too. Colleges, right? We just graduated our 2026 class last year. That was our 17 youth. They give out way more money scholarship-wise, academically, do they do athletically, right?
And I'm here for that.
Yes. That's why I say you made a good point on that. They give out way more money academically than they do athletically. Now, if you got both of them, that's even great. That's even better. Like, if you academically scholar and a athletic scholar, you basically got to pick of the litter where you want to go, right? But be mindful. You're a student athlete. No pass, no play, right? So you get recruited on grades. Yes. You got to take care of your grades, right? You got to be a good student. Parents got to be a good parent. We got 4 kids. About 4 kids. 4 kids off our 17 last year that's going to college, right? Continue their basketball career. We got some kids in the program who just played high school basketball. That was it. They came to me and coach and was like, hey, coach, I don't have any plans on playing no college basketball. I don't have any plans on playing varsity basketball in my school. I just like this organization and playing this organization. He was a ball player. But guess what? He ended up finishing top 2% of his class. With like a fucking 4.0. Got every school in America. He go to Texas, University of Texas, for doctor engineer, one of them, Jacob Clark, right? Go to Seed King. Right, so Johnny Kyoto played on our 17 youth, go to Tasasita. He didn't get any basketball scholarship. He played on the Tasasita basketball team this year and went to the regional finals. Started on their team, didn't get an athletic scholarship, but what he got, he was the number one player, the number one student in his class academically. Academically, right? 4.89, at a Tasasita High School. Right, and he got a full ride to University of Texas, right? He had an opportunity to go to Ivy League schools and to go to some smaller schools where he could have walked on and still wanted to pursue to try to play basketball. but he's going off into his career, right? So we promote that. The guy Wookie who came and played, come back and train some of you girls, right? He played with us 3-4 years ago, went off to college, came back, HVAC guy, got certified HVAC, certified electrician, right? And he's coming back pointing to you guys. So the ball will stop bouncing for everybody at some point in time, right? Only 4% of kids go to college for basketball, right? So all of you up in here, right? If it's 100 of y'all in here, counting, only 4 will get a scholarship. That's just the reality, right? So make sure we take care of our business and class, because they're gonna give out way more money for that. Make sure you're being a good person, community person, social activist, right? You get money for that, right? Everybody understand that?
You doing that voting for the trips?
Huh?
You can do that voting for that them trips?
Yeah. So we'll put it in a team group meet for the trips, San Antonio. Like I said, it's optional for all local teams. So what coaches do, he'll put a poll in the group meet, and then y'all will vote on the majority win, right? So we got 6-7 people saying, yeah, we want to go to San Antonio, 3-4 saying we want to stay local, we're going to go to San Antonio, right? And if you can't make it, we just have to, probably readjust the lineup, put some more players up or whatever the case may be. But we want to make sure everybody get that opportunity to travel, to get out there and play, and get some more competition outside of what we're seeing right here in Houston. Yeah, a couple tournaments we went to. I'm seeing players that's not on the team on the benches, right? We don't want that no more, right? We want to support our team, right? But we can do that from the stands, right? Let these coaches coach and let these players play when it's their time to play, right? And we go give you that same respect when it's y'all time to play, right? So I know sometimes we might have some guys missing. Coach might call a couple guys from another team. Hey, y'all want to run with us? Help us out today. Listen. If that's the case, you know what I'm saying? What they keep? No? Okay, well, don't worry about that. So the agreement is we just let the coaches and the team do their thing.
If you do not have enough players, you will not play that weekend. I'm not doing the picking up this player. After this past weekend, nobody's playing. I've only allowed 2 people to help Coach Jones' team. 2. That's it. We're not doing that anymore. So if your team don't have enough, you will not play.
Right. And the schedule that's posted is tentative. It's a mock-up, right? So we try to follow that as much as possible, but at the same time, we're going to have opportunities for add-on tournaments, right? And we're going to have opportunities for rescheduling tournaments based on the need. So like, for example, if the girls, just say they got a tournament next week, such and such tournament, that tournament director might call them and say, hey, coach, I ain't got enough girl teams in there. So we might have to switch them to another tournament, right? Or we might have to switch their date, but we'll communicate that. So be mindful of that. The schedule that's out, we want to make sure we kind of follow that as much as possible, but it is subject to change, and it is possible add-ons. But what we trying to alleviate is having all these extra kids sitting on the team bench that's playing, and it's becoming a distraction, right? So that's what we trying to alleviate, right? So parents, once again, that's the biggest thing on my mind. Be mindful of what you're saying around your kids, because they are kids, right? So I was 14, 15 before. I understand it be little spits and spats between individuals, or whatever the case may be at school, or whatever the case may be, right? But when you hear, we all a family. So kids repeat what they hear and mimic what they see. So be careful how you talking around your kid, because they'll come back around the other players talking that same talk, which can start a lot of distractions and confusion. And that's what we don't want, right? We want, when we're in this gym, the kids feel it's a safe, fun environment to learn and develop basketball. And then when we go to these tournaments, It's just to showcase everything we worked on. That's it. It's not to go out there and fight. It's not to go out there talking about no referee cheated us. None of that. It's just to go out there and work on everything we've been practicing here Tuesday and Thursday. That's it. And hope you can go out there and perform to the best of your ability. Win, lose, or draw. We coming back and we get back in the lab and get better. And then after this season over with, hopefully we can go to your school and see that everything you've been working on here translate to your school. Right? Any other questions?
No.
That's it. That's it.
Now y'all.
That's it. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Y'all take